Bangladesh had good spinners but still couldn't do anything. I think it's going to be even more harder for a country like New Zealand.
New Zealand always play well against India, Badri. Let's not forget that.
If they win the series 3-love, they will have a very good chance, probably keep one foot in the door towards the WTC final. Straight away, that one point I just want to discuss, Pratham, Jasprit Bumrah has been named the vice captain.
Can I just make Virat captain for one test? But maybe he would have said, no, this is not what I want to do.
No, Bumrah is not going to play. In fact, you have to protect him for the big series against Australia. They've named him the vice captain. Why name him the vice captain? Let's be honest, it's been quite a while since he got some big runs.
Yash Dayal was part of the squad against Bangladesh. I don't know what he did or didn't do that now he finds himself out in the cold. He's not injured because he played for UP 3 days ago and took 5 wickets. So what happened to Yash Dayal?
Yeah, never say, never die attitude of New Zealand will come to the fore when they are playing against India, and they will be needed to be at their best. You know, if you want to beat a country like India and India. So
magnificent catch. Just look at Badri now, diving into it. Lovely shot. Kicks it over the offside. That's a good shot.
back-to-back boundaries. Hello and welcome to Cricket with Badri. It's yet another episode of Cric Debates. And we have our guest Pratham with us. Hi Pratham. Trust you're keeping well.
Good, Badri. How are you?
Very well, very well. Good. A lot happening around the world with the weather as well. It's been crazy here in Chennai. But then this video is presented to you by DIVO News. So straight away, let's dive into the topic. We're going to talk about another exciting test series which begins on the 16th of October. India versus New Zealand. We spoke about Bangladesh. They cannot be taken lightly, but they were light. They had the potential, but they definitely didn't justify it. Whenever a foreign team comes to India, it's going to be a huge challenge. It has been in the past, Pratham. Bangladesh had good spinners, but still couldn't do anything. I think it's going to be even more harder for a country like New Zealand to come to India and beat India. Are you really expecting New Zealand to put up a good fight against India?
I think as you started off the video by saying crazy in Chennai, I think that first test is going to be rain affected. So India are again going to fight against the elements, because if it rains in Chennai, it always rains in Bangalore. So they're going to fight against the elements to try and win. I think New Zealand, beg your pardon, will be further weakened by the absence of Kane Williamson. He's not playing the first test because he's got an injury. So we don't know if he's available for the second test. In fact, I don't even think he's in the country right now. I personally think New Zealand's batting is far better than Bangladesh's batting. But their spinners maybe not as skillful as Bangladesh spinners, what I think early assessment. And they did put up a fight in the first test at Galle, Badri, against Sri Lanka 2 weeks ago. But second test, they just got steamrolled. In fact, the first test, they were in the ascendancy and I thought they were going to win. But they just collapsed in that first innings where they should have taken a 70-80 run lead. They would have won that game for sure. And but second test, Sri Lanka ran roughshod over them. So I will maintain that this is going to be a good series, good test for India. I hope they're tested, and I hope they win 3-0, which means they all the pressure of winning in Australia goes away. But yes, New Zealand always play well against India, Badri. Let's not forget that. They always play well against India.
I personally hope that you are proved right, Pratham, because I'm also looking forward to an exciting series, and I'm sorry that you were proved wrong against Bangladesh, because you expected a really good series, but then that's the way the cookie crumbles when you're playing India, and India is always going to be a challenge. But India's perspective, if they win these 3 test matches, it's going to be a huge boost for the WTC rankings, isn't it? If they win the series 3-love, they will have a very good chance, probably keep one foot in the door towards the WTC final. So these points are going to be really important against New Zealand. It's a golden opportunity for India.
Yeah, and I think it's not 1 foot. I think they firmly lock up that spot. If they win 3-0, they lock up that spot, and then Australia have to win at least 2 or 3 tests against India, and then they go to Sri Lanka early next year, and they have to win that to make it. So if India win 3-0, they were virtually through. And like I said, it's just that if weather will play truant, because the Chennai rains may affect Bangalore, and Mumbai and Pune, the monsoons still haven't withdrawn completely. So we will have to see. But hopefully, I think New Zealand has some exciting cricketers, Badri. I don't want to brush them off, even if I'm proved wrong. New Zealand does have some exciting cricketers: Rachin Ravindra, Glenn Phillips, Conway, Daryl Mitchell. They have some very good cricketers who are used to playing in India.
Yeah, they're used to playing in India and they have a much better spin attack than what they used to have, which is going to be tested by the Indian batsmen and the conditions, of course, how they're going to adapt to the conditions. There's been some rain around. Let's keep the fingers crossed that the weather stays away as well. Looking at the India squad, Pratham, not huge changes. They maintained most of the squad that was there. For the previous series against Bangladesh, Rohit Sharma, Bumrah, Jaiswal, Gill, Virat, KL, Sarfraz, Rishabh, Dhruv Jurel, Ashwin, Jadeja, Aksar, Kuldeep, Siraj, and Akashdeep. Straight away, that one point I just want to discuss, Pratham, Jasprit Bumrah has been named the vice captain of this test squad. Having said that, my mind straight away goes to the Perth test. Rohit Sharma might be missing that Perth test against Australia because of because of a personal reason. He might be becoming a father for the second time. And Bumrah as the vice captain might lead that Perth test. What do you think about this, Pratham? Bumrah hasn't led much. Leadership, as it is not very easy, Pratham, and leading against Australia, how is it going to be? It's going to be a test for Bumrah.
Absolutely. He's led India once when India failed to defend 370 in Birmingham. That because of COVID, they postponed that one test by a year.
Yeah.
And even though England had to chase 370, they chased it down easily. I'm not saying that was because of Bumrah. But I'm saying leading is not going to be easy. But if at all you think somebody has the ability and capability to do it even for one match, and I think Bumrah is fairly level-headed from what we've seen, what he says and does, the way he approaches the game, he's level-headed, he'll do it, because I don't think it was fair. I don't think they wanted to put that pressure on Shubman Gill for that one, because it was between Bumrah and Shubman Gill as far as the vice captaincy goes. So I think they thought Bumrah is a better bet. I would have actually gone the other way and said, can I just make Virat captain for one test? But maybe he would have said, no, this is not what I want to
Come on, you can't do that, Pratham. I'm going to debate you there, because you can't ask a person of the stature of Virat Kohli to just come in as a standing captain for whatever the side it might be. I mean, you can approach him. He might say yes or no. That is his own personal decision. But I don't think it's right to go for Virat Kohli as a standing captain. I don't think so.
Because I honestly think Bumrah, they've named him, but is he going to be the future test captain? Highly doubt it. The only reason
Virat is not going to be the future test captain as well.
No, true. But Bumrah, there's the lack of continuity, right? Because even the two things that stood out for me in this, which I want to post to you, Badri.
Okay, then why name him vice captain? Why name him vice captain in the series? If the captain is not available, a vice captain should be a step up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a short. That's what I'm saying. It's a short-term move. He will captain in that Perth test or the Adelaide test, or the second test. I think is Adelaide, whichever Rohit is not going to be available for. But I don't think he's going to be a vice captain beyond that series, is what I'm saying, because of Bumrah is not going to play all tests, which comes back, which is the question I'm going to ask you. He's already played 2 against Bangladesh. Now he's named in the squad. Are you seriously telling me he's going to play all 3 against New Zealand and all 5 against Australia? Do you think his body can withstand that?
That's exactly my point, Pratham. He can approach this in 2 ways. That's exactly what I'm asking. Yes, Bumrah is not going to play. In fact, you have to protect him for the big series against Australia. They've named him the vice captain. Why name him the vice captain? You don't have any other person, or I don't know what the thinking is. Why not make Ravichandran Ashwin as the vice captain? He's the senior pro. He's been out there for quite a bit. He is perhaps the best option, probably. Or why not you go for another youngster, someone like a Shubman Gill or someone? I'm just throwing it out there. He's not going to play, and you're putting him in as vice captain. In case the captain is not there, he has to step up. So I don't know. We'll have to just wait and watch. I think we can keep waiting on this all day, but then the decision has been taken. He's been named the vice captain.
Absolutely, and I think he's going to captain that singular test in Australia. But the other question I have for you, Badri, is Yash Dayal was part of the squad against Bangladesh. I don't know what he did or didn't do that now he finds himself out in the cold. He's not injured because he played for UP 3 days ago and took 5 wickets. So what happened to Yash Dayal? And the second question I'm asking you is, I've seen travelling reserves, especially during COVID times when a team goes, they send a jumbo squad because net bowlers may not come because of COVID and all that. But now within India, first time I'm saying, there are 4 travelling reserves actually. Mayank Yadav, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Prasidh Krishna and Harshit Rana. So I don't know why we have travelling reserves within India. Any idea?
This has been happening for quite a while, and I've been asking this question many times, Pratham. There is no objective in a player. If he is probably the Indian squad, he should be the Indian squad. You make him go and make him play first class cricket, the player gets confused. Where he stands, I don't know whether I'm part of the Indian team, I have to go and perform again. What are you communicating to him? This has been happening for quite a while. It doesn't happen to the established senior players. But then if you're a French player, this is what they do. They go and make you play first class cricket, and they have a reason to say that you're unfit or you didn't perform or whatever it can be. So the player gets confused, and this has been happening for quite a while, and it's going to happen for a while. So this is the nature of Indian cricket. When there are so many players out there in the fringe, this is what the selectors do. They try and pick and mix and match, and it's been happening for a while. And another player I want to talk about is Virat Kohli, brother. It's going to be an important series for him. Let's be honest, it's been quite a while since he got some big runs against New Zealand in India. I would love to see some big scores and form. A big test series is coming up in Australia, and Virat is the key. I just want some runs with them. Whatever you do, how much ever you get in practice, yes, but the 50s and the 100s, nothing like boosting your confidence.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that Babar Azam has been dropped for the Pakistan squad for the next two tests in England.
Yeah. Time for both.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying Babar Azam is dropped.
Yeah, it's just a fact. Just state a fact.
But yeah, Virat Kohli does need runs. I think he played one test early January when the test match finished in 1.5 days, and the next two tests he played against Bangladesh has really not been too much red ball cricket that he's played. So this is, I think, absolutely vital that Virat gets runs for his own confidence and for the team as well. Because keep in mind, Badri, if Rohit isn't playing one test or maybe two, I don't know. Hopefully he plays all. There's more pressure on that batting lineup minus Rohit, and Virat's got to step up, right? Everybody's going to be looking at Virat because he's the senior pro. They're going to be looking at him to score those runs. So for his own confidence, you may be a great player, absolutely no doubt. But the minute the runs dry up, you start doubting yourself. And I'm sure it's if he says it's not going through his mind, I don't think that's true. It is going through his mind.
Yeah. So India play a 3-test series. They are currently on the top of the WTC table, Pratham, with 74.24 percentage points from 11 test matches. So they're playing really good cricket. Win 3 against here will definitely be a big boost to them. So in all of these contexts, especially taking WTC in mind, it's going to be a big series, even though it's a home series for Team India. I'm personally excited, looking forward to a good series.
Absolutely. And the last time New Zealand came here, India didn't sweep them. They played 3 tests and India won 2. And Ijaz Patel, if you remember, took 10 wickets in the inning in Mumbai. So New Zealand do have the bowling as well. So it's not, which is why I'm saying you don't discount New Zealand. They always play well, especially against India.
Yeah, never say, never die attitude of New Zealand will come into the fore when they are playing against India. And they will be needed to be at their best, if you want to beat a country like India and India. So thank you, Pratham, for coming on Cricket with Badri and sharing your thoughts. Looking forward to an exciting series.
Absolutely. Thank you, Badri.
Thank you. This video was presented to you by DIVO News. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon as well. Whenever we post a video, you will get a notification. Thank you guys. See you soon.